Hi everyone. In this replay I finally have a new graphics card, so you can finally watch it in high quality. Full HD, 60 FPS if possible. And we're playing on Fishing Bay, I guess, because in Polish it's Zatoka Rybacka, with T25 NT, a pimped out version from my garage, which has gun rammer, ventilation, brothers in arms, so we just have to track the enemies, keep them in place and shoot through their health. Finally, we don't have drop in frame rates below 20 FPS like before, which is a big relief and makes achieving good results much easier. As you can see, we're just about to hide our weak spot behind this building, the commander's hatch. Practically the single one most vulnerable part of the tank to enemies. Other than that, the armor, the angling, the thickness is enough to bounce shots even from tier 8 tanks like in this match, even though this tank is only tier 7. We're waiting for our first victims. And here it is, IS. And we just shoot the gun mountlet. A bit of a misplay from me, but we'll get him later. There's a T-34. This is a quite good player because he's yellow in XVM stats. The first shot goes through IS tracks, keeping him in place, and look at the reload time. Yeah, we burned him alive, and we're going to do the same with IS. I mean the tracks, not the burning. Almost reloaded. And another 309 damage. Almost reloaded. And again the same. This is just great. And he manages just to go through our tracks, doing no damage at all. And it's not even 3 minutes into the game and we grinded to 2000 damage. Let's see if we can get a shot at this Tiger one. No, not this time. Oh, and I didn't see this KV-3 before. But still, even though we had to move the whole tank and our aiming circle was dispersed, we managed to give him a return shot because of the good aiming time and accuracy. We're not going to stick to this place because our team is advancing and I didn't feel getting shot from this position was perfect. And look at the speed. We're able to change our place on the map really fast. And we just managed to steal this kill on Tiger 1. This was good. This KV-3 isn't a very good player, he's red, so he doesn't really pay attention what's going on his right side. And we with our team take advantage of that, but we're not going to stop, we're going to get him. I'm just a little bit worried about this T-34. I thought he might turn around and focus on me, but I kept shooting KV3 because I didn't want his attention to be focused on me. And when we dealt with him, again through tracks, because only his turret will rotate slower than his turrets and the whole tank. And I have 2 minutes into the game and managed to do another 2000 damage. With this tank speed we can go to the other side of the map relatively quickly. We're not going directly through the enemy base because the XVM indicators show us that there are 2 enemy tanks and we not have direct support from our team at this time. And here is a bit of a misplay from me. I should have hidden further behind those bushes so that the T-29, who is probably a bot, wouldn't see us. We tried to angle the tank so he wouldn't penetrate, but he does anyways. Anyway, this was a big carry from my side. Over 4000 damage, 4 kills, so the rest of the team should go through the remaining enemies like through butter. So, good game. Let's just take a look at some post-game stats. So this was an ace tanker battle, high cargo, fire for effect, fighter, duelist, bruiser, quite a lot of medals. As this was times 2 XP for the first win of the day. It was 3,350 experience, 48,000 credits, which was really nice. And we've managed to damage 6 different tanks. And looking at the team scores, this was definitely a big carry from me, as I did almost 2.5 times more than the second player, which was tier higher than me. The base experience was over 1600, which is really high too. We didn't see the SU-122-44 for the whole game, but he put a quite fight on the enemy team, but he went down anyway. He didn't manage to kill anyone, even though he's done over 3,000 damage. Out of 16 shots fired, we've hit all of them, and we had 14 penetrations, except for the gun-mounted shots on the IS and T-29. This is a good lesson not to fire on gun-mounted, except for maybe 80-15 or 82. We managed to also do 1600 damage of assistance damage, and the pure profit was 23,000 credits, which at tier 7 is really good, especially for this time, because it's not really good for grinding credits. So let's go to the next replay, which was promised before, a remake of the old one. This second replay is a remake of the first one that I uploaded to YouTube. Just as I said, I wanted to make this from the start in high quality, but since I didn't have the graphics card horsepower before, I'm doing this now again. This is a Siegfried line, Linia Siegfrieda in Polish. And I'm going to show here a good bit of a team play of a great LHM Waffenträger tank with gun rammer, no ventilation because it's an open top tank, and Brothers in Arms binoculars and a camo net. Yeah, this is the stuff. The effects in high quality World of Tanks are awesome. Nothing compares to it in low quality like before, so this is just a pleasure to watch. Tried to have a shot at this T-120, but he's behind the cover. I didn't know at the time that I had a shot at this VK, so I just didn't bother. The Ramaton Borsig is available with a selection of 2 guns. The first one, the small one, which I use because it's faster, has better penetration and accuracy, and a better rate of fire. Is I guess 122 millimeters, I don't know, 128 millimeters with 246 millimeters of penetration. The bigger one with 50% more alpha damage has like 213 if I'm not mistaken, so it's really low for a tier 8, especially a tank destroyer, and you can get into tier 10 games in it, so I'd rather have more penetration, less alpha damage, but better rate of fire and better DPM. First few minutes of this game are a little bit slow, but here's the first tank that's gonna take a hit from this gun, and this is a smaller gun, 437. This is a small gun. I can have small guns. It's a great tank to be shooting other tanks that are spotted with your teammates, not with you, or if you can spot the tanks and not be seen. You've got no armor on this tank, so you definitely want to stay hidden and put shot after shot in the enemy tanks, like here. This is just great. I was kind of worried that the enemy team would push on the right. I don't think they would spot me anyway, because of the great camo crew skills and binoculars and camo net. Yes. Sniping with this tank is a default setting for this tank, I guess. I'm still waiting for the enemy team to push through. A bit of a wasting time, but we'll get through with this. I tell the Churchill to back up because I've got this if they push. Unfortunately, I didn't notice that he's further down the map, not in this alley that I'm aiming for, so a piece of misplay. But I tell the Cromwell to spot, and he does, which is very helpful. He's just going north, and as I notice it, I start aiming to support him. Even though most of the time I didn't even fire the gun, I've done over 2,200 damage. Yeah, I tell the Cromwell to lure him out because he's behind cover and I don't have shots at him. And he does. He was a really handy teammate. Went through his tracks, done 528 damage. Cromwell finished him off. Oh, and now there's the enemy team pushing. I aimed for the IS, but it hit IS-3. Doesn't matter. Damage is damage. And now here starts the bullseyeing the tanks. This was almost 500 damage. And look at that, full speed E25, 490 meters. Oh, I love this tank. And now it's the Fury. This is the best player on the enemy team. He's a very valuable tank to kill. And low roll, but the fire more than makes it up for us. And finally I push because I was here for way too long. The team is really getting hammered in the city, but at least I've done over 4,000 damage already, so it's not all lost hanging around there. I tell Cromwell to wait for me. I was hoping that he would listen to me this time too, but he went for to help the teammate Type 59, yeah, Type 59. I don't think this was a good play by him, because they have no chance against these tanks without me. And the AMX 5100 was very upset with KV-85 performance, who was tier 6 but still a heavy tank, hanging around at the back of the map, trying to snipe something with this Russian very inaccurate gun. So he just wants us to kill him. But he'll come in handy. Even poor players can act as a tank detectors or a distraction for the enemies. The enemies didn't have any chance to know that I'm coming, so I just take advantage of it and kill that IS. I thought this T69 would get me now, but probably he was reloading, which was very fortunate for me. Now this KV-85 goes on the right side. I don't know why this shot went so right, probably because of some lag. And look at that, T69 is the only player playing really, because T2064 is in the cap circle and he thinks he can cap out this game. That's just ridiculous. You never cap the game at this point when you see that the enemies are so close and your teammates are just outnumbered. They had a shot to win this game if this T26. Oh, I dunked the shot. If this T26 helped T69. As you can see, the useless KV-85 wasn't that useless after all, because he killed the T69. I tell him to go right in any case that the T2064 had any brains, so we could get him from two flanks. I don't expect it because he's capping, so he's definitely a bad player, because now we know where he is exactly. I tried to sniff him out from this side, but he's somewhere else, so I go further. Yeah, and there he is. He was never going to win. So this is a 7-kill match. 5,324 damage. Let's take a look at some post-game stats. This was also a mastery badge. Ace Tanker battle. High caliber, defender, tanker, sniper, of course, because of those shots from over 400 meters. Top Gun, and my first mark in German tanks in RHM Waffenträger. Here's a base experience of 1570 and we've managed to damage 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enemy tanks. We had hit pretty much all of them. Looking at the team stats, we definitely carried this game too, as we've done almost 2 times the damage of the second tank. Funnily enough, the useless KV-85 that AMX 5100 was saying, and he's done over 2 times less than him, so this wasn't fair to call him that, even though it looked like it, because heavy tank sniping from the back doesn't look very efficient. He proved us wrong this time. T69, the last real player standing, managed to do over 3500 damage and 6 kills, which is really impressive. He's done almost the same, he achieved almost the same XP rating as I did, so bravo for him. Almost 23,000 credits of pure profit is very good for this tank destroyer, as usually it's more on a standard account, more or less 10,000 credits. Out of 19 shots that we fired, even though we fired most of them long range, 17 hit, and funnily enough, the 2 shots that we missed were from 50 meters at this T69 one because of the lag, the other one because I just dumped it. And 14 penetrations at this range. It's not really surprising that some of them didn't penetrate. So now to the final replay, which is a real treat. The last replay will show you the one biggest achievements in World of Tanks that I was able to do, the pulse metal. Up until that time, the highest number of kills that I managed to do in one battle was 8, and I just couldn't quite get more. There was always something. Either there was some misplay from my part, a teammate that killed me right before I was going to get some more, or any other kind of misfortune. This time I angled, I shot, I aimed, I moved to the right places, so finally I've earned it. And this will also illustrate you how World of Tanks could be really funny sometimes. This is let's just wait till the end and you'll see for yourself. I like this spot on this map, the Winterberg, the new reworked Ruinberg made winter with awesome fog and blizzard, which looks really nice. Because if no one, or if your team takes care of the center of the town, you don't have to worry about the shots coming to your back, and it's a really strong position to be, especially in KV1, which in tier 5 game like this one, it's a very strong tank if you know how to angle it. Something like 35 degrees, 40 degrees angle, and you're going to bounce most regular shots. We didn't quite manage to put this shot into DW2 because it hit the side of the house. Panzer III isn't a threat, and even though it went a little bit low, it still killed them. And the best player on the team spotted us. I probably should have gone with the repair kit, but I didn't have it. I didn't have the 2 repair kits. I used it the first time, and it was a really dangerous position to be shot by the best player on your team, on the enemy team. Just managed to kill this tank before he hid behind the building and the shooting gallery starts. This is the 3rd kill already, 3 minutes into the game. Fire burned him before we could hit him. I don't even think we would get him with this shot. There's the Hetzer. 1 shot. 2 shots. This is really the best showcasing of KV-1 in Tier 5 match. It's a really good time to be playing in Tier 5 game, or just to make credits, because it's really overpowered at Tier 5. It can bounce shots from even Tier 7s if you handle it well. We can shot by this. We've managed to kill the best player on the enemy team, so I feel pretty secure now. And the Panzer IV-H is shooting the small caliber gun, not the Troll HE gun. So we're going to bounce pretty much every of the shots if we angle well, which we do now. We side scrape around the building. Miss him by millimeters. And the T-34 isn't going to penetrate us at all from this distance, I think. This shot went low. A bit of unfortunate. This is another tank that has ventilation, gun rammer and brothers in arms, so it's really easy to do well in this tank. But it's still not easy to get Pulse Medal, so I'm really proud of it. Already a Top Gun, not too much of damage. I've managed to do over 3000 damage in KV-1 in some battles, so. But still 6 kills is nice. And even though we've managed to do 6 kills, the game is even. Matilda is using some kind of a howitzer. You see the angle goes down on us. I'm not using any premium ammo on this tank because I think it's not worth it. The regular ammo is really cheap and it's got 120mm of penetration, so it's enough to go through most of the tanks in Tier 5 and Tier 6. And if you aim for the weak spots, it's gonna penetrate most Tier 7s regularly. And we are on 9 kills already. It's just going very easy. And I'm really rushing to get this Panzer IV-H that we missed last time we saw him. But we're not very fast, so I'm not really hoping for the Pulse Metal now, but I'm trying to get it anyway. Here he is. Very unfortunate shot, but I was thinking back then if he might be the better player after he is not spotted anymore, he would come back. But looking at his stats, 994 efficiency, I doubted, so I just went straight when he was going for, and I was right. The enemy team is still shooting at him, even though I asked him not to. I know I have to earn it, so I cover him from the shots from our team and I get the 10th kill. Now let's take a look at some post-game stuff. My first World's medal, steel wall, not first one, but we managed to do to get here. Steel wall, high caliber, Top Gun. Of course, if we got pulse medal, we've got Top Gun, and an ace tanker. 1159 base experience. I didn't think that we would get ace tanker for that because KV1 is so overpowered, but okay. The team stats looks pretty balanced. The enemy team definitely did worse than us, and we didn't do that much more damage than the rest of the team. Just the kills, 10 kills. It's 2/3 of the enemy team. This was 15,000 pure profit, not very impressive. We've shot 30 shots, only 15 of them hit the target, and as you can see, we've managed to kill 10 tanks with 15 shots. So here you can see how KV1 is really overpowered if he can manage to kill so many tanks in so few shots. Our assistance damage was only 197, so not very much, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tanks damaged, and 10 of them killed, and we've had a mission to, the individual mission to kill 2 tanks in heavy tank, and we still didn't manage to do that to get the prize. So this is the thing that I was saying, that World of Tanks can be really funny sometimes. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope I'll see you next time.